Good evening and welcome to TAPP Talk Live. Here we are for number 63 of our TAPP Talk Lives. And tonight we are talking about why would I use a water filter bottle in Malta. Not just a water bottle, but a water bottle with a filter in it. Why would I use one of those in Malta? So to begin with, at the beginning of this broadcast live, we're just going to wait for a few people to join us, to see if anyone's going to join us from Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter. I can see a couple of people have joined us already. Good evening to you and welcome. Please do add any comments or questions you've got in the chat box on whatever platform you're on, which is Facebook, LinkedIn, StreamYard, or on Twitter. But on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, you can add questions, and also on the StreamYard direct broadcast from the blog, you can add some questions in there, so please do that if you'd like to, or just say hi to say that you're here. And we'll just wait for a couple more people to visit us if they would like to. We're going to talk about why would I use a water bottle filter in Malta, so not just a water bottle, although that's got something to do with it as well, but a water bottle with a filter in it. And there aren't so many of those available. This is probably the only one that's available retail in Malta. So delivered to you from Malta. And we're talking about this item here. We're going to have a good look at this. This is the water filter bottle, as you can see. It's got a spout here. It's got a filter inside, which I'm going to show in detail in a minute. But first of all, let's attend to the question: why would I even bother to use one? So with this water filter bottle, I've been using it since May last year, and that's given me some experience about why I would use it. Obviously, I would want to use it because I was testing out the product to see what it was like here in Malta before we launched it, which was, I think, sometime in November, December, sometime like that. So the main reason for using a water bottle filter in Malta is to avoid plastic bottles when you're out and about. So there were certainly occasions before I had this item that if I was out and about, I would end up buying a plastic bottle that I didn't really want to because that was the only way to get some water. I didn't really want to walk into a cafe or a restaurant and just ask for tap water because I didn't really want to do that, and I ended up buying plastic bottles. So this is really what this product is about, is so that when you're out and about, and I quite often used instead the older design of stainless steel bottle that we have, which is a 500 ml bottle, which is great. You fill it up at home, you take it with you, and you can drink your filtered tap water whilst you're out and about and on the go. So it's got similar uses to this particular bottle that's got a filter in it. The only issue is, like, what happens when you run out? So I don't know about you, but 500 ml for me, when I'm on a day out, is not a lot. And if I went walking, for instance, and was covering, let's say, 10 to 20k in a day, then I would certainly be wanting to take more than 500 ml, so I'd probably take 2 bottles with me. Now, the fact is that on most occasions, if you're going to walk that sort of distance, or if you're out and about, you're going to be able to stop at some places. And so this particular bottle with a water filter bottle, with a water filter in it, which means that you can fill it up anywhere. So if you are in a cafe, in a restaurant, you can just simply ask for, can you fill that with tap water with me? And they'll give it you back. Nice and full, and then you can carry on drinking. So that's what I've really found when I've been out and about since the time that I've been using this. First of all, it keeps the temperature of the water nice and cool and cold. So 750 ml will keep cold for the whole day, 24 hours, in fact, according to the certification on this. And so this will keep your liquids cool, your water cool for 750 ml for the 24 hours, which is great. And also you can fill it up either with cold water and then pop some ice in it if it's in the middle of the day. If it's warm enough, not like on a day like today, right? where you're just happy with room temperature water. But then you can just fill it up as you go along. So even if you visit another office, for instance, or you have it at work, you can just fill it up from a tap, a normal public supply tap, and it's fine. So the kind of uses that we would have for this, for instance, would be university, college, schools, and work, where you, A, may not want to drink the water that's available there, or B, there is no water available there. You see, even if you've got those big cans of water, the 19 litres, they're still coming from a plastic bottle. There are still, if you're concerned about microplastics, like I personally am concerned about microplastics, so judging on the work or the research that I've done for how microplastics end up in our water, they certainly end up in our water from plastic bottles. Whether that's a big plastic bottle or a little plastic bottle, it's still a plastic bottle. In fact, one of the reasons for this particular product, the BottlePro, is the fact that reusable plastic bottles, so let's say the plastic bottles that you would take for sports, those sort of fairly rubberized plastic bottles that you would normally drink out of them. Football clubs would have them, for instance, gyms and all sorts of places like that. You can buy them branded with the various sports things. There is some recent research out which we posted on our blog, which is available now. And what I'll do is I'll just share that page with you so you can see it. Let me just share the screen, a particular Chrome tab. Share that one. So you can now see this, if I add it to the stream. You can now see this is a blog on our website currently. So this type of plastic bottle that you see up here in this picture, this is the type of reusable plastic bottle that we're talking about. There was some research done by the University of Copenhagen, which I found actually particularly shocking. Over 400 different types of contaminant end up in your drinking water after using one of these bottles. Now, when it's new, it's less worse than when it's older. So they tested new bottles, they tested bottles that were about a year old that you've used, and they tested bottles that have been put in the dishwasher, obviously to make them nice and clean, because you're concerned about keeping your bottle nice and clean so that you can use it fresh with fresh water in it. And the contaminants in there, over 3,500 contaminants were found in dishwasher washed bottles and 400 in the new bottles. And probably the most shocking thing I found from this research that was done in Copenhagen, and you can get on our blog, was that there were lots of compounds that they could not identify what they were. I mean, there were plenty of antioxidants, there were plasticizers, the things that make the plastic sort of flexible. There was the photoreactive ones, or the photoindicators, I think they're called. These are things that they use in inks and colors. There were all of those, but there were also several that they could not identify. And you don't even know what they are, and you're getting them in the water from these sort of plastic bottles. So this piece of research in particular is one reason why I wouldn't want to carry anything but a metal stainless steel plastic bottle in particular. A stainless steel plastic bottle for drinking water, and why I prefer to carry one that has a filter inside. And I carry it because any of the water that I put in here to be able to drink is going to be filtered from 80 plus contaminants wherever you're going, which is really useful and certainly puts the mind at rest. Now, these bottles are actually really easy to drink from. One of the tricks with them is to keep it at 45 degrees, keep it downwards. You don't have to tip it up like that. So keep it facing downwards, and the draw on the straw is really easy. It's really easy to drink. Just like that. So let's have a look at this actual product. I've got a couple here. They come in blue and they come in green as well. So I'm going to open this one up. The reason why I'm not opening the other one up is because it's got a filter inside it, and I'll drop water all over my desk. So let's have a look at it here. You can see it on the close-up down here. This is the water. the bottle itself. It's got the nice brand on it, 750 ml, and it's got this nice matte finish on it. So if we unscrew, well, let me just show you the top. This is the drinking straw. It's got a little push button here. You've then got the drinking straw, which is what you would use to drink out of. And then if you unwind this, you then get to the filter part. We can have a look inside the bottle if I can get the camera angle right. There you go. Nice stainless steel bottle. It's actually really high quality, this one, which I really like. And this is the filter inside. So this is your straw that is drawing the water all the way up from the bottom. The filter's inside here, and then this is your mouthpiece. So let's just undo this here. If you're joining us live, I've seen some more people have joined us. Please do ask any questions or comments that you've got in the box on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or on the StreamYard platform. Very welcome to ask any questions on any of our products, and I'll seek to answer them. So this is the filter here. It's a nice little filter, and in fact, this filter, you can actually prise this apart and separate the ABS plastic, which can go into the recycling, from the filter. This is an activated carbon filter, very similar to the one that you would find in the jug filter, which is the BottlePro. So it's very similar to that. It's removing 80 plus contaminants from the water, and it has been independently tested. And I must admit, as I said before, I've been using it since May, and in all sorts of different types of water supply, and I find the taste really great. I really like it. So this is what this looks on the inside up to your draw straw. You see there's a nice big hole there, which means you're getting plenty of flow, and it's not difficult to draw, so kids can use this as well. And then you pop this thing back, screw on the bottom, and it's ready to go back in the bottle like this, and off you go again with more water ready. Now, each of those filters lasts a maximum of 2 months, and will do 150 litres. You can see that you've got all the instructions on the boxes like this, and a very few, just a little bit of guidance. It's a pretty simple product to use, so you don't need pages in a manual. And this is the blue-green version. We call it the green one, actually, but it's kind of, it is more greeny than blue. So this is the green version, which is nice. Also useful if you've got a few of you in the family, you can keep the colours different, so you can see whose is whose. And that's the green version. So that's the water filter. Do ask any questions if you've got some. Let me just take that off the screen. And that is the BottlePro. So it's been really useful going around. It keeps the temperature of the water is quite nice and cool all day long. And 750 ml is a decent amount of water to have as well. It doesn't mean to say it's the lightest bottle. It isn't. It has got some weight to it because it's 750 ml, but it's not a big drag to take around. I personally found it was more of a drag to carry around 2 of the other stainless steel bottles, which I would on a day or on a walk. I'd take a litre of water with me, so I'd take 2 bottles. That's more of a pain than taking this. And of course, as you go along and drink the water during the day, it gets lighter, and then you fill it up again. A few little tricks are things like if you don't use the water bottle for, let's say, a few days, a couple of days, 3 days, something like that, it is best to run the filter underwater before using it. And that's really simple to do. You just literally take it out and run it under a tap. I've used this for several months in a row, and you can use it up to 2 months and up to 150 litres. That's the certified time. If you think you're using it less and you go over that time, then, or you left it for a few days, run the filter under the tap. It's all about bacteria buildup. What you don't want is you've got a wet, humid environment there, which is good for breeding bacteria. And if you run it under the tap, then you're dislodging that bacteria, and you're not going to cause yourself a problem. But that's about it, really, on the BottlePro. If you have got any questions or comments, please do ask any questions you've got. This is a great way of avoiding plastic bottles whilst you go around. And also in the workplace, it's great. And at schools, universities, colleges, hospitals, and all sorts of incidences like that, or just going out and about. It's also good when you're traveling. I've been abroad with it several times. And even to places where you're told you can drink the water, for instance, out of the tap, but you're not too sure whether you want to or whatever, and you don't want to buy any bottled water, then yes. And it does save you money, of course, because if you avoid buying still water, for instance, when you're in a cafe or a restaurant, and you use this, then that's going to save you money. I actually still do buy bottled sparkling water, particularly in glass bottles, if I can, when I'm out and about, because I like sparkling water. And so I buy that as about, but I don't normally buy still water anywhere because I really don't want to. And in fact, I don't really need to because I can use a filter such as this. So thank you very much for your attention tonight. It's good to see a few of you here. Thank you for that. If you would like to ask any comments or questions, please do. You can just type in comments or questions in the chat box of whatever platform you're on. I can see there's some people on the StreamYard platform, and there's on the blog, and there's also some people on Facebook. If you would like to just say hi or type any questions or comments in, then please do. And if there are no more questions, we shall probably have ourselves an early evening if there are no more questions, if there aren't any questions at all. I'd like to thank you very much for showing up tonight, and I shall see you on the next show, which will be Monday, next Monday at 7 o'clock again. So in the meantime, thank you very much for watching.